Come in, my friend. Enter freely and leave some of the happiness you bring. It's the 6th of May, 1995, a Saturday marked by its own curiosities. Earlier that day, Thunder Gulch won the 121st Kentucky Derby under jockey Gary Stevens, finishing in just over 2 minutes. And on cable television, the Classic Sports Network made its debut, promising nostalgia for those who crave the past as much as the present. A fitting day, I think, to speak of stories, memory, and the strange ways time loops back on itself. Tonight, I have something special for you. A signed first edition of The Last Human by Doug Naylor. This novel is more than a continuation. It's a declaration, a vision of the Red Dwarf universe, shaped by Doug Naylor alone, following the creative split that fans have been whispering about. And as you know, I have a certain fondness for that universe and for the fans who inhabit it with such devotion. Doug Naylor, born in Manchester in 1955, is a writer, producer, and director whose fingerprints etched deeply into British comedy. Alongside Rob Grant, he co-created Red Dwarf, a show that began as a quirky BBC experiment and grew into a cult phenomenon with a fan base as loyal as it is delightfully eccentric. But the 6th series, the partnership known as Grant Naylor, parted ways. Each man took his own path through the Red Dwarf universe. Grant wrote backwards. Naylor wrote Last Human. 2 visions, 2 interpretations, 2 futures. Naylor's version leans into emotional depth, high concept sci-fi, and strange beating heart of Dave Lister, the last human being alive. Last Human, released in this year, follows Lister and the crew through a multiverse of possibilities, some hopeful, some horrifying, all unmistakably Red Dwarf. It is a story of identity, loss, and the burden of being the final representative of your species. Naylor's writing is sharp, cinematic, and often surprisingly tender. He gives Lister a depth that the show only hinted at, exploring what it means to be human when humanity itself is gone. And of course, there is humour, dark, absurd, and wonderfully British. The signature, any signature, is a curious thing, a moment of contact between the creator and the object, a mark. I was here. I was here. I touched this. I acknowledge its journey. Doug Naylor's signature is confident, deliberate, not rushed, not careless. It suggests a man who understands the value of his work and the devotion of those who seek it. Signed first editions of Last Human are already becoming desirable among collectors. But finding one in this condition, untouched, unblemished, that is another matter entirely. This one has been waiting for the right admirer. I've always had a soft spot for Red Dwarf. Not just the show, the community around it. The fans are passionate, loyal, and wonderfully obsessive. They collect scripts, props, VHS tapes, tie-in novels, and anything that carries even a whisper of that universe. They remind me of the best kind of customers, the ones who know exactly what they want, even when they don't know it yet. I've met many of them over the years. Some traded for rare editions like this one. Some simply wanted to hold a piece of the universe that shaped their imagination. There is power in that kind of longing. I should tell you about the time I met Doug Naylor. It was early in the spring of '95 at a small industry gathering, the sort of event where writers, producers, and dreamers mingle over lukewarm wine and whispered gossip. Naylor stood apart from the crowd, observing with the quiet confidence of a man who knows he's created something that will outlive him. I approached with a copy of Last Human, this very one, tucked under my arm. He noticed it immediately. His eyes lit up, not with vanity, but with recognition. He said, "You've kept that in better condition than the BBC kept our budget." I told him that stories deserve respect. He chuckled and replied, "Respect is good, but fans are everything." We spoke for a while about writing, about strange immortality of fictional worlds, about how Red Dwarf fans will debate continuity with the intensity of theologians. Before I left, he signed the book and said, "Look after this one. It's got a few universes in it." He was right. This edition is a marvel. The dust jacket is bold and unmistakably mid-90s. A blend of sci-fi spectacle and cheeky irreverence. The pages are immaculate. The binding is tight. The signature is flawless. For collectors, this is a true treasure. For fans, it is a relic. For the right person, it is irresistible. That day, the date you saw in the book, the world watched a racehorse claim victory, a new television network flicker to life, and in quieter corners people went about their lives unaware of the stories unfolding around them. Some lives ended that day as well. Irish footballer Noel Brotherston passed at just 38, and Maria Pia di Saxe Coburgo e Braganza, a woman of royal controversy, also left this mortal coil. History moves forward. Stories remain. Doug Naylor once said that science fiction is at its best when it tells human stories in impossible places. Last Human embodies that idea, a tale of identity, loss, hope, and the stubborn resilience of the human spirit. If you're a Red Dwarf fan, you already know the joy of this universe. If you're not, perhaps this book will be your first step into something wonderfully strange. Until next time, may your shelves be full of your wants. May your bargains be fair.